So when you kind of take a look at it, like over the last few years, you've obviously seen a change in the industry and in the market. That obviously differentiating yourselves from competition is key. Just curious, like as you go in and like, were you having customers ask you about, solutions like this, or is this just something that you've seen like we need to kind of bring this type of offering to our customers?
A bit of both, but I think because we've been in a previous MSP before and we knew the grind of, just coming toe to toe with other MSPs, a lot of MSPs being very generic and vanilla, and that's our previous MSP fell in that space a little bit. But yeah, more recently, last couple of years, huge increase in the number of MSPs. We're a relatively young MSP ourselves, so because we've done it before, we could sort of early plan. We wanted Labdesk to be different. We've chosen a few verticals to go after. We tend to lead with a cybersecurity conversation as opposed to a typical just IT support. But yeah, going back to that point before, we just saw everyone focused on SLAs, and we saw a few examples where MSPs thought they were doing a good job for partners. They were ticking the SLA box, they were charging big money. But it was, if you then went to speak to the actual staff within that business, they weren't happy. They wouldn't have a good experience. So, as far as the business and the MSP were concerned, it was an okay relationship. They were doing the job, but the actual end users were had a bad experience. And we've got an example where we took over a contract, and when we interviewed those staff, and there was that business even had like an exit process. So when members of staff left, they filled out, what was good and bad about the business, and everyone was complaining about the IT, and that was brand new news to that business owner because he was just looking at his nice shiny MSP reports, thought the MSP was doing a good job, but it's actually until you speak to the end users, the guys and girls doing the work, that you really work out if your team's aided with technology or hindered. So yeah, that was a big focus. There's just more and more tech now. There's a bit of tech overload. So we're ramming more apps and tools to our members of staff now. So it's just hard to give them a good experience when you've constantly just onboarding new versions and layering the tech stack as we do as MSPs. We like new apps, we like new toys,
Yeah.
but end users typically don't. And yeah, we are perfectly placed, really, within a business to take over this type of conversation. We already control a lot of tech, a lot of the systems. We can monitor and consult on team productivity and experience. So yeah, it's a good way to explore how we can drive additional value for those businesses.